and welcome to episode 1 of Journey of Growing a YouTube Channel. I decided to make this series to, one, personally track my progress of the channel growth, and then also two, to give tips to people along the way of what I've found that works, and it will be a cool comparison to make in a year's time, or for someone that's starting their journey to look at 1 month or 1 week or 6 months to see what I was doing at that stage, my progress, and they may be able to compare it to themselves. So I'll go through the analytics of my channel, I'll go through what strategies I'm currently using to try and grow the channel, what software I'm currently using, what equipment I'm using, and then just an overall summary of where I feel the channel's at. Alright, so part 1 is a simple analytics update. So I'm now 1 week since I started uploading videos on my channel, and I currently have 24 subscribers. So my aim is to reach monetization, so I'm 2.4% of the goal for the 1,000 subscribers you need. Most of these are probably family. I picked up a few from the videos I've posted, but yeah, I'm happy with how that's tracking along. It's gonna be a long road to that 1,000 subscribers, but I really hope that the videos I'm providing are gonna provide value for them. So watch time, so again, to reach monetization, I need the 4,000 hours of watch time. I'm currently at 5.2 hours, so this is 0.13% of the goal. It's a long road ahead, but obviously once I start to create more videos, I'm hoping for that exponential growth of that. I've currently got 108 views across my few videos, and I have 3 videos in total. So at this stage, my aim is to probably do hopefully 2 videos a week, but I'm not 100% sure. For now, I'm just going to start creating the videos, doing the editing, and then work out a schedule for how I'll post them. So overall, my analytics, they're very low to begin with, but I'm quite happy that I can see 1 or 2 new subscribers coming each day, which is really great. So the second part of this video is something I think people will really get value out of, to see what growth strategies I'm implementing at each stage. So I'm aiming to do these videos once a month, so people can then go, oh, well, what was he doing at 1 month versus what was he doing at 6 months to try and grow the channel? So at the moment, I'm not really doing a lot of major growth strategies at this stage. I'm actually more doing educational strategies for myself. So I'm in a few Facebook groups that I've just more so asked questions on what other people are doing with their YouTube channel, what software they're using, how they've grown their subscriber base. I'm also trying to learn stuff rather than push the channel down people's throats to begin with. So yeah, I'm still in that learning phase. And then most of the growth at the moment has just been through family. Just asking them to give feedback as well, watching the videos, getting their feedback, and then obviously asking them to subscribe as well. So that's where most of my little bit of growth has come from so far. And then, yeah, trying to just really increase my knowledge base, and then I can start, once I've got a bit more of a base behind me, I can start promoting the channel more. Alright, so the software I'm using, now this is a completely new area to me. I've never really used much video editing software at all in the past. So I literally started with a few Google and YouTube searches of what software is out there, then started making some comparisons. So initially I used a OpenShot video editor, which was just a open source free video editor. It was alright, very slow because I ran it off my computer that's pretty old. It did the basics for the first video, but I really wanted to look what else was out there. I did the second one through that as well because I hadn't actually downloaded anything else yet. I decided to go with Final Cut Pro X on my MacBook. From what I watched, it was really down to that or Adobe Premiere Pro. Final Cut sounds like it will be a little bit easier for what I'm trying to achieve, which is just some basic linear YouTube videos. So that's what I'm going to use for now. I've downloaded the free 90-day trial, so I'm in day 2 or 3 of that. And so far, I'm quite enjoying it. I think it seems pretty basic. There's a few things I'm still learning on, some really basics of what I want to do, how the quickest way to do it. I've watched some YouTube videos with some really good basic tutorials that have taught me what I've learnt so far, but I think it will do what I need it to do. It's about 500 Australian dollars, I think, if I go ahead with the purchase, but I figure I've got 90 days to really evaluate that. I will keep having a look at videos on Premiere Pro when I get the chance to see whether I think that will be, but I still think Final Cut Pro will be the best option for me. Then for graphics at the moment, I've just been using Canva for everything. It's really basic to use. It's free. It's doing what I need it to do. One day I probably will try and look at Photoshop myself, but for now I'm just going to use Canva, and I'm going to play around on Fiverr trying to get some thumbnails and channel art done up. I haven't used Photoshop for probably about 10 years, so I'm just going to get some basic stuff done up for me and then have a play around with Canva and then potentially progress to Photoshop for now. The equipment I'm using is pretty basic. I'm utilizing what I've got. Haven't had to pay for anything yet. So I'm using my GoPro Hero 7 Black. This is probably about, like I said in another video, about 12 to 18 months old. I'm playing around with the settings on recording. I've recorded a few at 2.7K. I'm trying a few more at 180p. I can go to 4K, but I don't think my computer and laptop are going to run that. So I'm just playing around with those settings. The accessories, I'm actually using just a tripod. I got a big accessories pack off Amazon. I'll try and link to that in the description at some stage. But yeah, I haven't played around with that. I don't have any lighting yet. I don't have a microphone yet. I'm purely just using the GoPro. Computer-wise, I've got an old HP computer that I've done a few of those first edits on and playing around with some things. But the main thing I'm using now is my MacBook Pro. It's actually a 2015 MacBook Pro, so it needed a few updates just to be able to download a few programs. It's running things all right, a little bit better than what I expected. I have been looking around at potentially upgrading it, but at the moment they're out of stock everywhere, the few I've looked at, and I'm still trying to weigh up for that MacBook versus the actual iMac. Look, if anyone's got any feedback, I'd love to hear that on what they're using, because yeah, I'm still investigating lighting, microphones, whether I need to upgrade the computer, MacBook, etc. So I'd really love to know what other people are using for their setups. I think that's the best way to learn. All right, what is next? So the next things that I want to work over before I do the next upload, which will hopefully be in about 3 weeks' time at the 1 month part, I want to look into new lighting. That's probably the main thing. I'm playing around with some color editing and stuff, but I'd like to look at a new lighting setup. I'm also wanting to look at the location where I filmed the videos. I've got a few ideas, but again, I need to investigate how I have that set up and try and make it interesting for the viewers. And I probably need to look at the audio. Again, I'm going to look for some microphones next time I get a chance, doing some research online, just getting some basics. I don't want to go spend too much money to start with, as I don't want to spend something on something that doesn't really work for me. So I'm luckily that what I'm doing is pretty basic in my videos, that some basic stuff should be fine. And again, just testing the software that I'm using, so continuing playing around with the Canva, the Final Cut Pro, and trying to learn some more advanced features as I go on. I don't think I'll need to go too advanced because again, my videos are going to be pretty basic when it comes to editing, but just learn some few tricks and some keyboard shortcuts and stuff to make life easier for me. Thank you for watching episode 1 of Journey of Growing a YouTube Channel. I've really enjoyed sharing this, and I hope that it gives you some interesting points on what you can achieve in 1 week of YouTube. And I really look forward to bringing the next video at the 1 month mark to see what kind of growth I've achieved and what changes I've made to the way I do things. So as always, if you've enjoyed the video, I'd love to see you give it a like. I'd really love to see some comments on where you were at the 1 week mark, what equipment you're using, what software you're using, and I look forward to seeing you next time. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, it would mean the absolute world for me for you to hit that subscribe button. That is really what's going to help this channel grow. Thank you.